Hi, I'm Rosemary Newmeyer and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about doll collecting, so as an adult. So if you're not into that, you might want to skip this one. Doll collecting has been something I've been quite passionate about for, I guess, all my life, I'd have to say. Even as a child, I was very careful with my dolls, very good with them. I actually have quite a few of them still in my collection, and people are like, this was played with? I was that kid. I was like, no, you have to take care of it. You have to, all that stuff. And so I've always connected very well with them, and it's something I've continued to do. So today I'm doing a little segment on the Newberry dolls, which are a Canadian line. I think it's very important as a Canadian to feature Canadian dolls. And funny enough, I had fallen in love with this design, these dolls, years ago. I think about 8 years ago now. And at the time, they were in Sears, and I thought they were British. Turns out they're not. I have the box here, and it's an open box, so I've already taken it out and taken all the attached do's and all that stuff. This is an 18-inch doll. Newberry, it says here, is a registered trademark of Jacqueline A. Harris, 285 Willow Avenue, Toronto, Ontario. So, pleasant little surprise. It's been a few years since I've gotten one of these, and I just hadn't checked the box again for some reason. So, since they are no longer in Sears, obviously, because no more Sears, they are in Canadian Tire. And the retail point for just the basic doll is $39.99, which is really reasonable. And then the deluxe editions are still retailing for $49.99 as of today's date, which is October 9th, I'm fairly certain. I'm really bad with numbers. 2025. So I could be a day or two off. But anyway, something I've been wanting for quite a while, I think 2 years now, at least. Anyway, I've been stalking her. She's finally gone on sale. So I was able to pick her up because as of today, they're on clearance for $34.99. This is a deluxe set. The set is called Sienna Deluxe Music Set. And then right there on the box, it has Newberry. Since going in Canadian Tire, they are rebranded up here as Stella and Finn, which I have yet to see a boy doll from this line. Just gonna be honest. Where's the Finn? Anyway, and so without further ado, let's show her off. I love her. Look at that doll. Look at her sweet face. I mean, my goodness. Okay, get me out of the camera there. Look at that face. That's so beautiful. And she has this removable headphones, because of course she's a musician. There's info on the back of the box about her as well. Actually, I'll read that to you. It says, "Hi, my name is Sienna. Music is my favorite subject in school. I love singing, dancing, and writing my own songs. When I grow up, I want to be in a band and hear my songs on the radio." Very sweet. Just a little story. And again, for $50 price point, you're not expecting that, but you get it. Anyway, so she has this lovely little rainbow shiny jacket. It is kind of plasticky, but still really cute. Has a little bit of a liner to it. Faux buttons, faux pockets, and then inside she's got this, as you can see, it's reflecting the light, the very sequency, sparkly shirt. Actually, it's not sequins, it's just the look of sequins. It's flat, right? But it's very sparkly. And then she has her little skirt, which has overlay and then the under thing. This is kind of an odd thing. It's like a plasticky thing, but still, again, price point. And then she has these adorable little shoes. Again, plastic shoes. They don't really look too plasticky though, I gotta say. And they have real laces, although to get them on and off, you don't need to undo them. I verified that. And she, as a musician, comes with a full set. She has a guitar, okay? Look at that, a guitar. And it has little buttons, which you can't push down, but they do jiggle, so that's kind of cool. She has a microphone stand for when she's singing. And if we put this here, you can see it does work with her and her proportions, which is quite lovely. And then we also have a keyboard set that comes with her. And it comes with 3, because there's one right there, pieces of sheet music. And there's the keyboard set. Now, the one thing I will caution with putting this together, I actually had to get my husband to help me, a little bit strong hands to put this bar across, because you have to push it in so that it comes out here. So you need someone with good, strong hands to be able to do that. Mine, not so much, not anymore. And so the one thing I really want to point out with Sienna, she is a very unique mold for the Newberry line. All the Newberry dolls, there's not many of them, but they do have the same face molds for all of them, which is a lovely, beautiful mold. Don't get me wrong. I love it. This is my 7th Newberry. But if you look at hers, okay, I'll just set her down here for you actually so we can get her a little closer to the camera. She has a very appropriate face for her complexion, you know, for her coloring as a Black Canadian. She has a wider nose. She's got very full lips. And something interesting, which isn't, you know, specific to any race or anything like that, and is just something I've never seen in a doll, is this cleft in the chin. She has a tiny little cleft. And as you can see, I also have a cleft in my chin. So for me, I was like, oh my gosh, finally, a doll that has a cleft in their chin. Because while I collect these Newberries, the 18-inch, just a little bit, and I'm not like a... Okay, there are so many other doll collectors that collect way more than I do. Let's put it that way. I'm kind of like small time, right? It's just the little things that I connect with, that I really like, that speak to me, that make me glimmer. So I will pick those up because, you know, in the words of King Haggard from The Last Unicorn, I will keep nothing near me that does not make me happy. So there you go. Great line. It was given to a villain, but absolutely brilliant. And smart advice. So yeah, she's just gorgeous. And I knew she would go on sale, so I made myself wait. I'm glad I did. Because, like I said, she's on for $34.99 Canadian right now. And as far as I'm aware, they're only available in Canadian Tire. I have not been able to find them in any other retailer. There's hardly any information online whatsoever, in the sense that if you Google Stella and Finn Newberry, you're going to get hits on Canadian Tire. That's it. And, you know, yeah, there's not even an official website or anything for them. They're just a small thing. The person who is accredited to on the box, there's an artist in Canada of the same name who also, she does a whole bunch of different art mediums. Geez, that sounds familiar. Sorry, fellow artist. And anyway, so one of those things is sculpture. So I would wonder that that would be the one. That's who I would think it would be. But again, no idea. So yeah, so I mean, look at her. Oh, I love her. She's so sweet. I'm so happy to add her to my collection. I did bring over another one of my Newberries, and you'll have to forgive me, I do not remember her name in the box. I just refer to her as Kitty because, you know, I'm 5. And this is her outfit, which is a kitty cat. So, and she's got the little ears, and she's got a little bag with her little kitty face on it. And then she's got these little star tights and her little shoes. And I just call her Kitty, and that's for like I think 2-3 years now I've had her, and I call her Kitty, and that's the name that stuck. And don't remember her name in the box. I'm not even sure if she's still available. I know last time I checked on Canadian Tire there was one, and then I think it got scooped up, so sorry about that. But here's her face, so you can get a look at the standard mold for Newberry. So that's the standard mold right there. That's that beautiful face that they have. They have inset eyes. They do not close, which I'm perfectly fine with. In fact, I prefer that because then there's a lot less more to go wrong long term. And she has these lovely eyelashes, top lashes there. Very beautiful, beautiful face. Just gorgeous. And so here's the two faces together, so you can see them. Because like I said, Sienna has a very, very unique mold. So there's the two of them right there. Very beautiful. And yeah, just gorgeous. Look at that. Okay, so two very beautiful girls. Now, one thing I will just remind you that it is a doll that has, for this little girl here, she has curly hair, excessively so. As a person of curly hair, it frizzes way too easy if you use a brush on it. Never use a brush on this hair, please. In fact, I wouldn't even recommend a comb. I would just finger comb her hair, okay? Just to keep her in good shape. If you're wondering as to the body, I'm just going to slip off her little jacket here so you can have a look at what you're getting. Honestly, she's comparable, I'd say, with any other doll of this type. Hint, hint. I do have my very first Maple Leaf girl. Funny enough, she arrived today. I'll have to do a separate thing on her just to showcase her because, again, another lovely Canadian doll maker. And so the body on these is, here, let me just untuck her shirt so you can just see it's that cloth and the line. And they always have lovely sewing around through here. I've never had a bad neckline, which is fantastic. And so then it's just the joints for the ups and downs and all that. And you can twist the head a little bit, so to get them to move around a little. And that is that. So I thought I would share if anyone is interested, because it's a great idea. You can tuck it away for Christmas, or you can just, you know, get it for yourself. So I know I did. So anyway, so this is Sienna, who is a Stella and Finn Newberry doll. Oh, not Flynn, sorry, Stella and Finn Newberry doll. And she is just lovely. Well done. Kudos to Jacqueline there, the designer on this, because she's just, I mean, or whoever did do the design if it wasn't her, because this is just an adorable face. So happy with her. Like, I have to say this, and with all her accessories, like I said, still $34.99 right now on clearance at Canadian Tire. Plus your taxes, of course. So for 40 bucks, I got everything. You know, her keyboard, her microphone stand, her headphones, and her. It's like, that's an amazing deal. So anyway, so she's so lovely. Oh gosh, so happy to add her to my collection. So thank you for watching, and I will be doing a few more doll things as we go along. I'm going to put them in a different playlist though, labeled doll collecting, simply because it's really hard to find other adult doll collectors, and I like connecting with them, and I've enjoyed other videos on YouTube from other doll collectors. There's some lovely people out there, and it's just nice to be able to share to that. And especially these little guys, I don't think there's, you know, these 18-inch dolls, there hasn't been very much. I found a handful of videos and more just showing them in the box. So I thought, let's have a look at them. Because, I mean, my goodness, they're lovely. They do have, oh, in different hands. Each hand is slightly different, the mold. So, you know, this one here can hold a little more, and this one's a lot more wider opened. So, yeah, there, that's it. I think that covers you, right? Okay, all good. Thanks for joining me, and you have yourself a lovely day.